Welcome to eRider. Today we're going to be unboxing the Segway Ninebot Kickscooter ES2. That's a long name. If you want to check out this exact same scooter, there's Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links, but let's get this thing unboxed. A very small package and currently on Amazon for $322.71 on sale from $350, making this one of the cheapest electric scooters with a reasonable range from a reputable company that you can get. And it also comes in a very small box, which is awesome. So in here, we've got the user manual, which is actually fairly thick, a little Allen wrench, and then some screws there. So it looks like a little bit of installation and setup. So let's take this off. You can see we have the front wheel right there. Taking that piece out, I think we might be able to lift this out now. And there we go, a very lightweight scooter right away. All right, so there's nothing else in the box. So I think here is the handlebars. But one of the coolest parts of this entire scooter is that the battery is actually not permanently attached, but it's easily removable. That's one of the coolest things. So here we have the charger, fairly small power brick that says Segway there. That's one of the big benefits of getting this company, Segway, is that they're the biggest, and it's very polished. Everything is very pretty and refined. Opening the other side, we have the other end of that power. So this plugs in here, and there's our full power brick. Pretty good length as well. All right. Then in here, this is our handlebar. So a couple cool things here is we actually have two of these throttles. This is the throttle, and then this is the electronic brake. Now, the handlebars actually feel very solid just on here. We've got a light here with some plastic. That looks really nice. And you can see everything here, it's got a nice metallic paint job. That's metal right there. This is going to be our digital gauge. And then the power button there with a little bit of plastic over it as well. And there we go. For the price, this is pretty wild how good they've gotten. Now, even though this scooter has actually technically been out for a little bit now, this has been updated and updated over the years, and it actually has a different motor inside of it. Now, getting to this right away, this is a very good looking scooter. This all up here, this is all metal right here and very, very thick. I don't know if you can see just how thick that is, but that is not normal. Let's get this all flipped up. There's a little tab right there. Okay, there we go. So it just pops right into place. And then I'm assuming that's either, that pulls down maybe. Okay, so that presses down, and then that's how it folds. And then this kind of pushes back. It's a very interesting design. And then that hooks in there. A very smart design right there. Then to get this loose, you just press down and that comes up, and you kind of push it into place, and there it is. All right, let's get this attached. We're gonna take this rubber cap off. There we go. There is a little wire right here. Line them up, just like that. You plug them in, and that's pretty much it, guys. That's the only installation here, which is actually super easy. Then we have those 4 screws, and that's pretty much it. All right, so let's get our pack here. All right, so here are our screws. Once we press this down, you can see they line up there nicely. Then we just line them up and screw them in. All right, and now it's all set up. Now, the cool thing is this actually doubles as where you plug in your battery. So you can get basically an extended range separated battery pack and plug this in. Otherwise, it's gonna plug in right there. You can see here is the charging, and then you just plug it in right there. So super easy that way. And this has a little rubber cover over it, which integrates nicely. And you can see it has a little plug logo on it. So you can see this is a little foot thing. So the point of this is that you're supposed to put your feet on that, hit that down, and that's how you break it down. And you can see the front wheel comes with it, which personally I don't like as much because it does raise this up. I have another scooter that breaks kind of from down here, limits that space, but you can still see, even with that design, this is a very low profile. And while the battery is gonna be up here, it's still not very heavy. This is actually a very light scooter, but honestly, for the price, this is really, really well built, even in 2024. So let's go over that. Here's the cockpit here. Let's get this turned on. So you just press this button once, and you can see it's up quick too. So you can see here, it's having Bluetooth up because it wants me to pair. Let's just pair this up really quick. All right, now the scooter just popped up right there. Let's click on it while it incessantly beeps. Still connecting. There we go, all paired up. All right, guys, so here in the app, you can see I have 81% there. We have 20 kilometers, it's saying. It has a guard mode. It's got quite a few things, but we even have a dashboard. So if we put this on, like if we somehow connect this, that's pretty cool. Then in settings, we have different lighting effects because this does have some RGB on the bottom of it, which we'll show you in a little bit. So it has different modes. It has a tail light. It's got a lot of cool things, something that you wouldn't really expect for this price point. Then we have the speed modes. We're standard here, and you can see it actually change on the screen here. So when I go to sport, it's immediately in sport mode. That's super nice. It is very, very quick. There's also an eco mode. In the other modes, we can actually set our miles an hour or an eco mode. Looks like we can do a speed limited mode where you can set it if you have a kid or someone that's going to be using this that you don't want to go super fast. You can actually set that maximum speed limit mode, which is very cool. Also in here we have energy recovery, which I believe is a regenerative braking. So we have weak, medium, and strong. I'm just going to leave it on weak for right now, but I think that's actually what this does. Is that this actually just does the regenerative braking electronically rather than having like a brake lever, which honestly makes a whole lot more sense for a system like this. So I'm excited to use that. We will be going on a short cruise before the full review in about a week's time. We also have the difference between kilometers an hour and miles per hour. I'm gonna set it to miles an hour. You can see there, now it's in miles an hour, very good. We also have a cruise mode. So it will automatically enter cruise control once this is held down. The throttle is for 5 seconds, which is a very cool thing, especially for commuters. And then you can also allow other people, other users to connect to this, which is very cool. But let's check out the lights. You can see down here at the bottom, we've got lights that look like they're all waterproofed and everything that you'd expect. We've got an actual rear shock, which look at all this linkage. That's something where a lot of times you'll look at these like, maybe not as name brand as something like Segway, but to get this on a $300 scooter with still a 15-mile range. We're gonna test range in the full review. So subscribe below for after testing everything like that. That's pretty impressive to have a full suspension scooter. That's what this is. You can see right here, this is the front shock. Let's see if we can get some action with that. You can see, yeah, that's a genuine front shock. Like, that's very, very impressive. Obviously, we can also see this is a front wheel drive motor. There is no electronics that go past this point here just for the lights there. And you can see here, if I brake, if I use this other throttle, you can see those are the brake lights that come out. There's not one that's back here, but there is a red reflector. So that is really good. But we have brake lights going all the way back there that flash, very safe. Then you have the lights under here, as well as the headlight up there, which you click the button once, and that's how it turns on and off. I'm so far very impressed with the taillights. You can also see when it's on and the headlight is on, you can see right now, headlights on, click it, headlights off. So when the headlight's on, you can see these brake lights come on as well. And when I'm braking, they're still going to flash. So overall, very safe. But the mission is to see, is this still the best budget scooter? For basically the lowest price you're ever gonna want to spend on a scooter, is this good? So far, the build quality is pretty phenomenal for the price point, the fit and finish, the deck, which I absolutely love with all of this rubber, and then this step adds quite a bit there. That is super, super nice. But with that, I'm gonna take this on a quick ride, but make sure to subscribe below for the full review coming in about a week's time. All right, guys, let's get this open and turn it on. All right, we're starting off in sport mode and we're going. All right, initial impressions, this is a hill right now and it's struggling a lot. All right, so initial impressions, it was going 4 miles an hour up that hill, flooring the throttle in sport mode. Okay, what I will say the benefit is I like the handlebars. They're a really good height. The electric brake is actually very intuitive. And it does take out some of those bumps. The suspension definitely works. It's a little loud though. Once you're going, I mean, we're going 15 miles an hour. This feels great. Ooh, that's loud. Okay, the suspension definitely bottoms out pretty quickly. Let's go full brake here and see how long it takes us to brake. Full brake. Ooh, yeah. That is slower. It definitely has some bite, more than I was expecting, but yeah, I mean, you definitely have to plan your braking a little bit ahead. So you can see here, I'm about to full brake. It is enough. It is enough. Let's go across here. It is enough. It's a little bit loud. The rear is a little bit loud. No, but it actually feels decent. When you're on something like this, I'm going down a little bit of a hill, it feels fine. The power is honestly, for a daily commute, it's good. You see I'm full braking here. Yeah. I mean, it's fun, dude. For a scooter for this much money is really good. It's just impressive that it's even a thing, but the big deal is climbing. This can't climb very well. I mean, you have to keep it going. You need that momentum, and if you don't have the momentum, it's just not gonna work. But the suspension, having full suspension on this thing is kind of gimmicky, but it does take out the initial impacts. But it is also very loud. So that's kind of the negative side of that. All right, crossing the street here. You can see pulling off, that's you're flooring it. Ooh, that bottom out sounds terrible. But yeah, you're flooring it all the time. So here, coming down here, flooring it. It picks up, but at any sort of incline, it just doesn't have the torque. And I don't know if that's detuned. Now, the other thing that I've noticed is you cannot hold the throttle. When you get going, you have to press the throttle a new time for it to engage at all, and you have to kick off. I wasn't able to find in the app just initially a way to turn off that initial kickoff, but I mean, you can see I'm going up the hill right now, and I was already up to speed going up a slight incline, and it's okay, now it's fine. But the carvability is good here. I mean, this really does carve really nicely. I mean, it's fun. It is fun. I love the handlebars are nice and low, so if you're a kid or an adult, it's just more sporty. The deck is nice and big, and there's a place for me to put my foot up here. Okay, but you can see here, that's flooring it. It just doesn't have the power to get up much of a hill at all. Now, we're going up a slight hill here, and we're going 14 miles an hour, okay? So that's pretty good, but it's slowing down. We're at 13 miles an hour right now. I would be a little bit scared if you're in San Francisco, this is a no-go. You just can't use this scooter. If it's a little bit more flat, I'm in Virginia, so we're kind of near the mountains, then it's decent. I would definitely say if you're okay going a little bit slower on the hills, it's probably gonna be fine. But see, here, I'm picking up speed because it's not hilly enough. But yeah, overall, I think there's good and bad, but for the price, I think this is a decent scooter. Let's see how it is after a week.